Hey everybody, it's CasNCourt TV. Courts in session. Who needs the first lesson? This is Miss Public Info here as your teacher extraordinaire. Here to give you the law without all the complicated legalese jargon. And today, for this little mini session, we're going to talk about Rule 29. What is Rule 29? Rule 29 sounds so official. Well, it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a federal criminal motion for a judgment of acquittal. Why is that relevant, you ask? Well, some of you have been asking about what Rule 29 is, and while others have been saying, Rule 29, Diddy's going to get acquitted. This is all about Sean Diddy Combs, guys, and this is all about his defense entering the motion for Rule 29 tomorrow. Now, it was stated in court today by the judge, so he has knowledge that the Combs defense plans to file the motion for Rule 29, and the judge plans to talk on the motion. The Diddy Defense team plans to talk on the motion, and the judge plans to hear the motion tomorrow while the jurors take a break after the defense completes their cross of the government's last witness. So the Judge Summeranian, is prepared to give his decision right then and there. He's actually made a statement saying, should the motion be denied, will you be ready for closings? I thought that was very interesting. It's kind of like really, kids? Okay, we'll let you go ahead and give this the old college try, but you need to be prepared for closing, my friends. So let's talk about what Rule 29 is. Here's the quick and dirty. After the government closes its case, or after both the government and the defense have closed their cases, upon the motion filed by the Diddy Defense, the court must acquit any offenses, counts, that prove to be insufficient for a conviction. Let me say that again. Once either the government has closed their case, and that's what's going to happen in this case. So once the government's closed their case, then Rule 29 is filed by the Diddy Defense team, and should the trial court, meaning the judge, should the trial court find that any of the offenses, any of the counts, lack any sufficient evidence that could result in a conviction, if none of the counts, a few of the counts, one of the counts have not been sufficiently proven through evidence, meaning a jury could not reasonably find a conviction on this particular count, then the judge, based on Rule 29, must acquit the defendant on said counts. And that, my friend, is Rule 29. So there's other variables that go along with that, but we're not going to get into that because I don't think they apply here. And also it would just, I think, confuse most of the audience to go through all of these other variables. That's the basis of it. I've been hearing a lot of people say, well, Diddy's getting out of jail and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da. So all of that is very premature because they don't even know what the decision is going to be on Rule 29. You know, it's the trial court's decision on what happens with it. So we all need to sit tight, relax, and see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day. Today the prosecution informally rested because they basically called their last witness. but they haven't rested officially yet because they haven't had an opportunity to recross after the defense's cross, because the defense actually hasn't even crossed. They haven't even finished cross. I think they got through one cross-examination question. I believe the defense said they had about an hour and 15 minutes that they were going to do in a cross, if my memory serves. So let's all just sit back and watch and see what's happening. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. I think we're all going to be in for some surprises. Meet me in the next section in the episode 11 for the official recap for today for day 28 of the Diddy trial. But this is a special quickie lesson on the Rule 29. Rule 29. So now you're educated on Rule 29, and the rest is up to you as to what you think. Do they have enough evidence for all of these counts? Has the prosecution brought forth enough evidence for this? Or are they barking up the wrong tree? Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the recap. All right, guys.